Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Minecraft Relay Cup 2. Today, I am joined by May, and we have a match right here. We have Team KEK with Talking Mime, D-Max, Ral, and then on the other side, we have Fisherman with Axaroth, GD Taffel, and Crux. This is this is a match right here. If anything, this is what everybody has been waiting for. Now, we are starting again with 1.7 with Talking Mime and Axaroth, and May, please tell me what you think about this match that we have here.
I am so freaking excited for this match, chat. I'm in PST, so I woke up at 5:30 a.m. for this match. Like, I am thrilled. I am so enthusiastic, and I cannot wait to see what this 1.7 seed has in store for us. And it looks like the runners are upside down.
Yeah,
So,
I suppose. What? Wait a minute. Okay, well,
nice.
yeah, I guess we start off with a blacksmith inside of a 1.7 village. Really nice. You get carrots for food, and there was a lot of iron and obby. I think that's obby. Yeah, a lot of iron and obby. This is definitely going to be an interesting seed to start out. So
That's
we're gonna, yeah,
super interesting because I believe that's actually enough iron for them to enter the nether, so they're not going to need to go caving or anything. So this could be a really, really fast nether entry coming out here. It looks like we
right.
have a triple stacked tree over here, just a normal seed with a million chickens on top of it. Uh, cool.
Oh wow. Well, yeah, as we see, so Talking Mime is going to be going for the trees first. Not sure if they saw the Desert Temple. Probably did. May loot that next. Axaroth decides to go for it first. And what is in there? Wow, that is 19 gold, and I think that's a lot more iron too.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, a lot more items and stuff. There are, I bet there are plenty of ways to play this.
Yeah.
And we're going to see, yeah, which runner ends doing it better than.
I noticed that Axaroth is up to 14 iron plus the 2 he used to make shears. So that's 16 iron for these runners. We should see them be able to make absolutely everything they could need for this entire run. So that was really kind of the seed finders to give them, I think.
Right, right. And now grabbing wool for beds, blowing up the temple, gathering more blocks. Axaroth is now going to be exiting out, probably going for the wood next.
Mhm.
And Talking Mine, meanwhile, is chopping down, doing a little bit of deforestation up there. I think you said there were chickens on top of the tree.
Yeah, there were like a really, really significant number of chickens in the tree.
Right. Yeah. So I'm assuming Talking Mime's just gonna try to make the chickens fall down while also grabbing some of those leaf blocks. What a what a nice seed this is.
Are there a bunch of sheep around there too? This is like honestly, this they're only gonna have to go two places in this entire early run. They're gonna have to go to this tree and they're gonna have to go to the village. And I mean, I guess the desert temple too. But like they're literally given everything they need in three places for this entire run. And that has to be so nice for these runners.
Right, right. Well, one thing we have not seen yet is the lava pool actually, because I have been looking, I haven't seen it. Have you seen it?
They have 10 obsidian. They don't need
Oh,
a lot
they
of
do have 10
people.
obsidian. I completely forgot about that. Right, I was sorry, I was thinking about nether travel and everything. Okay,
It's
10
okay.
obsidian, they're gonna grab their stuff. Axaroth is gonna be entering the nether first, it appears.
Mhm.
Just as I mentioned that. And so Axaroth will be taking a short lead. Does have wool and everything. So yes, Axaroth does enter first. And the fortress, ooh, that's over lava. And it's quite open as well.
Mhm. This is gonna be a tricky fortress. And I do just want to point out that Mime hasn't gone to the temple, but he has sheared a bunch of sheep. So I wonder if he hasn't actually seen the temple. Because I think he would only choose to shear sheep instead of going there if he hadn't seen it.
Oh, that could have been
No,
bad.
God.
That could
Oh my
have
God.
been bad. Oh,
It's okay. He has. Are you kidding me?
ooh,
Sir!
excuse me. Okay. Well,
Let's
um,
just. Maybe we should collectively pretend that didn't happen. Just for
yeah.
the sake of Mime's reputation.
Okay. Mime. Let's try to build portals normally this time. How about that? So yeah, we'll be looting, I guess, again, while Axrath will be fighting Blazes then in the fortress. This does put the fishermen in an extreme advantage right about now because they are going to be about 4 to 5 minutes ahead now, and that's going to be a lot of time that you need to catch up. That is going to be a lot of time.
Mhm. And it looked like Axaroth's blaze rod rates were pretty good here. So that actually means he probably won't have to do any second day nether, which will mean that he gets even more of an advantage over Mime here.
Right. And yeah, I think that was yeah, the Blaze spawner has been found now. And yeah, it will be an open spawner and hopefully that doesn't pose too much of a problem. But yeah, who knows for now.
Mhm. But it looks like he is covering it up with a bit of netherrack, which is a play I really like. That should help him out a little bit, prevent the blazes from going out of the spawner and shooting him.
Right. And yeah, so I also want to remember that I also want to remind everybody that Axaroth also got gold from the Desert Temple, 19 gold, while Talking Mime still probably not going to end up going for the gold at all, right? But you could assume that a lot of the material gathering, such as wood and everything, must have been much faster on Axaroth's end due um due to the gold tools. So Talking Mime, right, gonna be grabbing materials as usual now, redoing everything. Should be faster than before, but might still be at a disadvantage without all the extra tools.
Yeah, absolutely. And even just mining out that spawner with a gold pickaxe will be significantly faster than doing the same with a stone pickaxe or an iron pickaxe. But it does look like he's on half a heart here. And with only carrots as food, it's going to take a long time to regain all of that health. So it looks like he's actually going to be playing it safe and heading back into an enclosed spawner here, which I do agree with. I think that's a smart play.
Ooh, there we go. Yes, very, very low on health. Carrots actually are actually one of the best food sources right now in 1.7, because they give a lot of saturation in 1.7 specifically, I think,
Mhm.
and
Good to know.
you can find them in a lot of villages. So yes, Axaroth will be getting more blocks now, and then yes, as May mentioned earlier, the enclosed spawner definitely gonna be much easier to deal with blazes. There was a skeleton.
Oh
Oh,
shoot, he aggroed a
it's a
bunch of zombie
pigman.
piglin.
Right, hit a pigman
Hopefully
because of the TNT. Yeah.
hopefully no more will run over here, but since the spawner's now open to the outside of the fortress, he could easily get some pigmen running up behind him here, which is not gonna be good. So hopefully he'll be able to manage that. We do see
Yeah.
Mime entering the Nether here, taking a look at the fortress, and I really appreciate that he has the good netherrack texture. Uh, it makes my viewing experience a little better. I don't know about you, Pooply.
Well, to me, it does not matter. But the texture packs, they are something else though, including this upside down texture pack, which I really enjoy. It's really funny.
Just
But
I'm so curious how they even did that. Like, I honestly have no idea.
right.
I saw the runners talking in no mic before this match, and they were saying "grum," and I wonder if that was to coordinate this.
Oh boy. Well, yeah, Axaroth will be heading back into the overworld now, and it is about 9 minutes. Um, Talking Mime is at the open spawner now. We're gonna see if maybe deals with the same problems as Axeroth, or probably better, or does it faster or better. Remember, Axeroth, technically speaking, running to the other Billy spawner is just a bit slower because you spend all that time running to the other spawner and running back because it was far away. So if Talking Mime is able to manage entirely at this spawner, then they could be saving up a bunch of time. However, Axeroth is still going to be in the lead of now, and 9 minutes in, going to be beginning building up the tower.
Okay. Yeah, and he's exiting the net, or he exited the nether here at around 9 minutes with all 7 of his rods, which is about as good of pace as you could hope for in this version, because it's going to allow him to build up basically his entire tower before nightfall. And he has time to run out and choose a really flat location, which will allow for the maximum number of Enderman spawns. So it was really good to see him exit the nether so quickly, and it looks like he is doing the 1 block tower here. So we see him choosing a good tower that will get him lots of pearls.
Right. So now, yes, the tower building commences. And yeah, Talking Mime appears to be doing pretty well. Full health, 5 rods. So quite possibly going to be exiting the nether at a very good pace.
Mhm.
And yeah, um, I think maybe possibly a 6 rod might drop in this cycle of blazes. There are 3. Yes, one of them drops, and well, more blazes spawn. Hopefully, the 7th drops on this, and Talking Mime will be having another entry. Well, okay, not now, but it appears Talking Mime will be having a much quicker nether entry than Axeroth did. So that's a bit of a time save that Talking Mime is going to be getting.
Yeah, absolutely. And even with not having the gold tools to mine out the spawner and not placing the roof over the spawner, which were plays I didn't love from Mime's side, he's probably still going to be getting a faster blaze fight here. But we still have to consider that no matter how fast his blaze fight is, he's not going to be able to start farming Enderman until 10 minutes. So, you know, since Axeroth is probably also going to start farming around 10 minutes or 11 minutes maybe, I wouldn't say that Mime is going to make up a ton of time here just because of the pace cap in this version.
Right. Yeah, so it is already nighttime for Axeroth. Digs into a cave. Shouldn't be too big of a problem here. But yeah, Axeroth is missing out just it is approaching 12 minutes, so Axeroth is missing out on just a little bit of time. Um with like a small cycle of Enderman or perhaps. But yeah, Talking Mime will be exiting the Nether quicker, but having to deal with a ghast shouldn't pose too big of a problem here. Yes, Talking Mime will just simply run around and go exit the Nether. However, yes, runners will get pace locked by the 10 minutes, but Talking Mime will have about maybe a minute or two ahead of Axeroth more to farm Enderman. So perhaps, hopefully, both runners will be getting all their pearls this night. That would be, I guess, better. But yes,
Yeah.
runners will be pace locked.
Honestly, I don't really see, unless one of the players messes up their tower, I don't really see the possibility that either of them doesn't get all of their pearls, just because they're both gonna start farming Enderman about as soon as they possibly can. And with the RNG boost in the mod, I really don't anticipate that they wouldn't get enough Enderman to get all of their pearls.
Right. And yeah, like we see just now, Axeroth getting 4 Endermen or more from that hole, and it is about 13 minutes now. Gonna grab a lot of Enderman here. Talking Mime grabbing some lava, and Talking Mime will be building the tower soon.
Mhm.
Right.
So
So
something
yes.
that I learned in the last match I commentated was that there's a variation of 1 block tower where instead of having water at the bottom of their tower, oh my gosh, wait, this doesn't actually look like he's using 1 block tower. This looks like something completely different. I guess we'll see. Oh, because he's in 1.18, so I don't know if that actually works in this version. Gotcha.
Oh, Talking Mime is in 1.8. Oh, right. This is, yeah. I was wondering why Talking Mime was building the 1.8 version of this
Okay,
tower. But
listen.
yes.
Everyone clowning on me for saying 1.18. I gotta say at least one really stupid thing every single match. So at least it was this. Okay? Just, it could have been worse.
Well. Okay. So yeah, Talking Mime it will be doing 1.8 then. But yeah, like previously, I think it has been proven that the one block tower is a faster tower, but so maybe Axaroth might be gaining a bit of maybe might be gaining a bit from this. But yeah, Talking Mime I think will be building the tower quicker on their end, or well, on their world. We'll be building the tower quicker, and we'll have more time to farm Enderman. We will see how that affects the runners, moving forward.
I think, from what I understand, the one block tower is about as optimal of a tower as you can get in 1.7. So hopefully we'll see a pretty quick exit here for Axaroth. I already saw them check their pearl count a few minutes ago, or I guess more like a minute ago. So I bet they were getting close, and it looks like they're checking again, or they just checked
R-
again. So we're probably approaching the double digits here, and they should be leaving their tower in another minute or two. So that's a pretty good pace.
right. And oh my God, I think Talking Mime was just using Obsidian to place down just for the sake of it. It's not generally something you see doing, but at least Talking Mime isn't building a nether portal in this case.
You know what? Honestly, I think it's pretty sick to use obsidian in the top of your tower. I think that really just I think it complements it, to be honest. So I'm glad he did that.
Right. Okay. Well, yeah, Axaroth still appears maybe not enough Enderman while we'll be digging down now, but I actually want to point out it is 12 minutes on Talking Mime's end. It appears that Axaroth was just quicker in building Nether Portal because it was about 11 minutes or very high 11 minutes when Axaroth finally completed the portal, or sorry, not the portal, but the tower. But it appears some of the time spent building the portal must have been a bit slower on Talking Mime's end because Axaroth has Talking Mime is on the same pace now as Axaroth when Axaroth was in his own world. So yeah, Axaroth will be now exiting the tower, but is missing something perhaps?
Or maybe he's looking for a couple more skeletons or endermen to kill for some extra materials.
Ah,
Well, either way, leaving the tower at about 17 and a half minutes is really good for Axaroth here. This is a good pace. Hopefully we'll see him have a consistent end fight, and we won't have to worry about anything on his end. Mime,
right.
even though he did start farming Enderman a little later, the tower that he's using here is quite efficient, and I don't really anticipate him having any issues getting all of his pearls before daytime. So fingers crossed that these runners don't stress us out too much, like last round that we commentated together.
Right. Okay, well, Axaroth will now be triangulating for this stronghold now and getting more spiders or getting more string and then running for the stronghold now. And Talking Mime will still be simply just doing his thing. So, Axaroth now mining some gravel for extra flint. Wonder how much or how many arrows he can make right now. Um, it is approaching. What is it now? The time? About 13 minutes for Talking Mime. 14 minutes. That timer is very difficult to spot. But yes, hopefully. do see a couple Endermen dropping into the hole. Not sure what the rates were on Axeroth's end, but couldn't have been that bad to get a 17-minute tower exit on here.
Mhm. I believe that the pearl drops in their RNG mod is not standardized, but it's up to about 70% or maybe 2/3.
Right.
So they should have, as I mentioned before, have no trouble with getting all of their pearls in one night if they do a quick tower build. Okay, 62%. Yeah, it was pretty close.
Right, right. That's good. No eye breaks, I'm pretty sure for Axeroth. Did get 13 pearls. Does have 7 rods, 13 pearls. Hopefully we don't see any breaks, and it's going to be 1 or 2 eye, and possibly we should be seeing a dig down maybe shortly. Not sure as of yet.
Mhm. And Axaroth using
Right.
every spare second here, mining the gravel with a gold shovel while he runs is not costing him any time and it's getting him that extra flint so he doesn't have to worry about it in the portal room. I think Axaroth is just generally playing really, really well on this seed, and it's really good to see the 1.7 runners succeed because we've definitely had some challenges in the past.
Right. And yeah, now just that single gravel block left. Axeroth, ooh, throwing 2 eyes?
Oops.
Probably a misclick. Probably a
Yeah,
misclick.
but
Yes.
neither of them broke, so never punished.
Yeah. Oh, well, hopefully, yeah, Axeroth will be throwing one more eye soon, and hopefully that will be the last eye that they throw or something.
Mhm.
But yes. Now, Talking Mime still gathering stuff. Based on Axeroth's timer, should be at about 16, 17 minutes now.
Mhm.
So yeah,
Sounds about right.
yeah.
And it looks like Axaroth is getting some small angle changes here and his first eye pop, so we should see him approaching the stronghold. And it looks like it actually is a bedrock stronghold because it's directly under a village, so that's
Yeah,
nice.
nice. Um, yeah, extra gravel from the village, extra food if Axeroth needs it. Probably not. 12 carrots looks good enough. But yeah, we see a dig down at 21 minutes now. This is pretty good pace. So yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Um,
Especially considering he's already crafting his materials here. The second he gets into the portal room, he should be able to enter the end. So we could see a sub 26 pretty easily coming out from Axaroth here if he doesn't mess anything up. Cough, cough, commentator curse.
well, yeah, there we go. Axeroth is prepping all the materials. That looks like plenty of beds, plenty of arrows, plenty of food. Um, Water bucket in hand. Everything's ready. Enough eyes. 12 eyes.
And
So
it
it
looks like
is
it's
a
a
one-eye
one-eye
portal.
portal. Yeah.
And we have an end entry at 22 minutes and 30 seconds. Nice.
Axaroth is playing great. Honestly, you love to see this. And it looks like it's a pretty good end, too. Lots of short towers, and not too many of them either. This is about what you want to see out of an end if you were playing this version. So hopefully he'll be able to finish it out pretty quick here. And it looks like Mime is also done with his tower, has at least 16 pearls. So he should be in a great position to finish out the game here. Maybe even do a little bit of pearl traveling. And yeah, this is looking great.
Yeah, do want to point out, yeah, 18 minutes the tower leave though on Talking Mime's end is actually still slower than Axeroth's end. So maybe hopefully Pearl Travel will be used. Will prove to be a bit faster and see if some of that time may have been made back up. But yes, Axeroth is now in an incredible lead. But again, messing up that one nether portal in the beginning. Hopefully, Talking Mime will be able to try to close it out even further. But yes, Axeroth doing massive damage on this dragon.
And
It's
it looks like we see him finish it out. Sub
Yeah.
25. Congratulations, Axeroth. So,
Yes.
in a tournament like this, you know that 1.8 has a few performance advantages over 1.7, I think. It might even have I think might have slight gameplay changes, but you're not able to do the one block tower in 1.7, and we saw that put Talking Mime at a disadvantage throughout this entire run. So if you were to play in this tournament for some reason in pre 1.9, what version would you play in?
Quite honestly, I think I'd just play the faster version, which in this case appears to be 1.7 because of the
Mhm.
advantages of the one block tower. Quite possibly, Talking Mine might just be more comfortable with 1.8. And then again, I do remember Blaze fights in 1.8 are probably the easiest thing in the world. But
Yeah.
yeah, um, who knows? It could just be a bit of a preference or maybe playing it safe. So yeah, Talking Mine hopefully begins to chuck some pearls and make up for lost time. But yeah, GD Taffel will be starting out their run. And yes, we see a Plains Village punches the horse. Plains Village gathering food. There was a desert temple in the desert right next to it. I is don't see a dark oak forest. Do I see a dark oak forest?
I don't. So we might see a village, maybe.
No, yes. Dark Oak Forge, sorry, is on the
Oh,
left-hand side. Yeah.
darn it. I was really hoping for a village seed because we've seen a ton of dark oak seeds. And they're good. They're fun to watch, but I love villages, Pooply. They're my favorite.
Right. Yeah. My opinion, they are better. Yeah, we do see now Talking Mime using those pearls to his advantage, chucking them, and yeah, gonna be mining on gravel along the way as well. While there is a gold apple in this desert,
And
we know. Oh,
3 regular golden apples.
yeah. So this Blaze fight should be very, very for these guys, especially in 1.14. And yeah, uh, getting more. Oh no, sorry, that's gravel. Um, couldn't see that.
Apples at gamma -4 right now. Absolutely obliging by leaderboard rules. But it also makes it makes it a little bit harder to see his run. So hopefully that won't cause too many issues for us.
Right. But yeah, the lava pool has been spotted super close to the village, and we're gonna be seeing what the nether looks like in just a moment now.
Do you know how much
And
experience Taffel has with 1.14? Because we know Dima is a previous world record holder in this version, but I don't know if I've seen Taffel play it a ton. So that could give Dima a really good opportunity to catch up sometime.
possibly, but you never know. Yes, it is going to be a. The fortress has been spotted, maybe? Yes, fortress is spotted. It's a little bit far away, and over a bit of lava, it's gonna be very open. However, that god apple gonna be doing works on this seed, plus the 3 extra golden apples, and yes.
If
So
we see
Taffel,
anyone die in this Blaze fight, I think we can bully them a little bit.
you're right. Yeah, Taffel now will be entering the fortress, and
And Mime digging down to the strongholds, getting into the portal room at about 28 minutes RTA, but only 26 minutes on his end. So pretty good pace. Not quite as good as Axeroth, but pretty good.
right. And Blaze Spawner has been located. It is open. God Apple has been consumed, and we're gonna be seeing how the Blaze fight works out now. Was there? I I keep not paying attention. Was there a brewing stand inside?
I didn't see for sure, but I think there might have been.
Might have
Not
been.
100% sure.
Okay, okay. So yeah. I guess Taffel now collecting some stray blazes while Talking Mime is going to be entering the end. About yeah, good use of pearls. 1 pearl remaining. and 12 pearls to go along and enter into the end. Plenty of beds. That looks like 18 arrows, but if I remember correctly, the uh oh sorry, want to point out on Tafel's side, a lot of stuff just happened right there. Yeah, that that just took out all of his absorption hearts, and because of that, Wither Skeleton and Skeleton, I wonder where they came from. But
Mhm.
yeah, anyways,
But he
talking mime
still
now.
does
Yes,
have 4 minutes of fire resistance, so that should prevent him from taking any serious damage during this blaze fight. Once again, I'm really not concerned about him surviving.
right. Yeah, gonna be chomping away on those apples and mining gravel while Talking Mime is now gonna be doing this end fight.
hmm And once
Right.
again, Talking Mime is getting this pretty good end, pretty low towers and not too many of them, so we shouldn't see him struggle too much here. Hopefully. Fingers
Yes.
crossed.
Hopefully. There were about I believe 18 arrows in his inventory. So when he entered and yeah. That should be enough. All the towers appear to be, or most of the towers appear to be taken out now.
Mhm. And I just want to point out that on Tafel's end, these rod rates really don't look that good. He's been in the fortress for at least 2 minutes and only has 3 rods so far. And I think that his spawner is somewhat mined out as well. So maybe we'll see him get a pretty late nether exit here, which could mess up his trading times a bit.
Right. Yeah, hopefully we don't see that, but yeah, you can't do anything about the drops. As another 3 spawn and only one more blaze decides to drop a rod. Yeah, it looks like it will be quite difficult on the rod rates on, and Fortress is has a little bit of travel left as well, to get back into the overworld. Um, might might pose a little bit of a problem, but yeah, we'll see about that.
At least these crappy drop rates and spawn rates give him a little time to do some inventory management, farm his gravel, craft up his fletching tables. So he is pretty set for the rest of the run. He just has to hope that these remaining blaze rods or blazes are pretty kind in their raw drops, so he can get out of the nether pretty quickly.
Right, and here we see 7, so there must have been a brewing stand inside the village.
Mhm.
And yeah,
And Talking Mime kills his dragon, finishing out the 1.8 run. And so we'll see Dima play 1.14 very shortly, which I'm personally really excited for. It's always really fun to watch Dima play this version.
right, and yeah, we're gonna prepare and let's see what's gonna happen now. So yeah, there is about an 8-minute lead for Team Fisherman on this case. Yeah. We're gonna be waiting just a bit on D-Max's end. D-Max, he should have started out the run, but I'm sure everybody already knows what it's looking like. It's gonna be pretty typical and standard, and we're gonna be seeing how D-Max plays that out in just a moment. But
Mhm.
as we do mention that Taffel is now exiting the Nether, um, and gonna be going for the Dark Oak Forest.
The
And yeah,
The proximity to the Stark Oak Forest from the village isn't excellent, but it does look like it's a really flat Dark Oak Forest, which should make it easier to find good explosion placements. So I imagine Taffel shouldn't have any issues getting all of his wood and then sleeping and then getting back to the village in time for trading.
yeah, that did look really, really flat. So yeah, amazing. Um, Also did recraft as well TNT from the Desert Temple, and has exactly 9 pieces of TNT. Taffel really loves to hurt animals. I really need to point that out. Taffel really likes doing that. Not sure if we should be concerned or anything, but constantly punching stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go again. But yes, gonna
You're
be collecting. Yeah, gonna now be collecting all the wood now and blowing up trees. So
It looks like
placing.
Dima is choosing not to explode the temple in favor of just breaking the chests. I think Darko Forests are the only situation where I really agree with that play, just because you're gonna get so many blocks, like so many dirt blocks from exploding the Dark Oak Forest that's those sandstone blocks. They're not gonna be hugely helpful to you, and we also already know that the Nether, it's pretty easy to get to the fortress and he won't need a ton of blocks. So normally I wouldn't love that play, but I think in this situation it won't harm him any.
Ooh, I remember. I think Taffel did need to tower up a bit to the fortress. Not sure. D-Max might choose to like just mine out a couple of netherrack, but I remember there was a bit of towering up to do to get to the fortress. So yeah, we're gonna see what D-Max chooses to do. I would say using a TNT to grab netherrack might not be a bad idea in this case. It does
Yeah.
save up a lot of time, and yes, like you mentioned, it is a dark oak forest anyways, and it's not gonna matter too much. But yeah, D-Max will be choosing just to mine out the netherrack and consumes the god apple pretty early, I want to say. Um, Blaze fight should be entirely fine for D-Max, but the rod rates might pose a little bit of problem in terms of fire resistance time. But yes, should be completely fine.
Mhm. I'm sorry I missed this. Has Taffel already slept? Because it looks like he's at about almost 12 minutes, and so I hope that he slept by now. It's still light, so I think he has, right?
Uh, I'm not Yeah, yeah. Taffel should have slept. It does look like it's daytime already, so that is good. Yes, Taffel has slept.
Right. Chat clowning us once again for making small mistakes. You know what, guys? You try this, okay? See how many mistakes you make.
May! May! Okay. Anyways, D-Max will now be did head over to two different spawners, I think, just the same as Taffel did. But yeah, activating two spawners, getting a couple cycles of blazes from that, killing an extra couple stray blazes, and will now be mining out the spawner. So hopefully, I don't know, spawn rates might be better on these ends or something, and we'll be able to catch up just in time. But yes. So now Taffel is going to be breaking out a bunch of the workstations and hopefully going to be starting the trading soon. But now, as I look at this village, yes, there is a brewing stand just hiding away just a little bit in the desert. Gonna be breaking that and bringing it closer to manage everything just a little bit quicker than usual.
I think personally, if there's any version that Team KEK is going to make up some time on the Fisherman, it is 1.14 because obviously Seven Rail's an absolutely insane 116 runner, but so is Crooks, and so I don't really see either of them having much of an advantage in that version. But as I mentioned before, Dima is a previous world record holder in this version, so I think like his mechanics and his experience will cause him to be able to make up some time on the Fisherman here. So hopefully we'll see a bit of a closer match in 1.16.
Right. D-Max, yeah, now does have 10 TNT in his inventory. Not using that TNT to get those extra blocks back, in my opinion. Definitely just about like 10 seconds of time loss or something. Could have gotten all those blocks much easier and quicker instead of mining it all out, but shouldn't pose too big of a problem. But at this point and at this match, time is of the essence. So hopefully, even further time can be made up. More gravel is being mined, and Taffel is starting the trading with the cleric as well. Double Fletcher did prove to be very, very quick indeed.
Yeah, absolutely. But we're gonna it's already almost 15 minutes on Tafel's side, and he's only starting to level up his cleric. So I imagine we're gonna see a village leave here that's closer to 16 or maybe even 17 minutes. And it's not bad, but it's definitely not what you want to see on a tournament seed like this. So I think Dima could definitely have some leeway to make up some time on this seed.
Right, and yeah, Taffel finally putting the cleric into a boat, gonna make sure that the restock time for the cleric is hit perfectly. Um, oh, Taffel waited for the Lapis restock, and is gonna end up with a bunch of pearls now, or yeah, I think Taffel could have just gotten, since Taffel only collected 7 rods, could have just bought in the glowstone then, or could have done something similar to that. But yeah, now I'm gonna be triangulating for the stronghold, and
Using
um,
using a calculator.
yeah, it is to be expected. I'm pretty sure. But yes,
Mhm.
now gonna now be running towards the stronghold now. Um, Is Taffel? Yes, Taffel should be collecting beds now. It is going to be a 16-minute, about 16 minutes, 16-minute 30 leave. Yeah, like May said, this is not really what you want to be seeing in a tournament, especially of this type of caliber. But now, as D-Max is exiting the Nether, not too far behind, we're gonna be seeing if D-Max can make up all this time during trading time. So 16 minutes and 30 seconds is the time to look for on D-Max, as Taffel will be exiting now and running towards the stronghold.
Although I just want to point out that with just under 9 minutes IGT, D-Man's nether exit here is not the greatest of all time. I know that Taffel's wasn't either because of the blaze rates, so hopefully Dima will still have enough time to get all of his wood and make it to trading as quickly as he can. But this is just not the greatest nether, and I don't think we can blame the runners too much for not getting the splits that they might want on it.
Right. So yeah, hopefully, yeah. Now D-Max is gonna be prepping up and blowing up all the wood now, while yeah, Taffel is gonna be running around, and yeah, we're gonna be seeing if D-Max is going to come out just a little bit faster on this end,
Let's
and
see. It looks like he's just has his normal 9 TNT, I think, so he's not gonna get a crazy number of pearls or anything. But it looks like he is going really fast, maybe detonating all of his TNT before he stops to pick up the wood, which I think in this situation is a good play, just because you want to get your explosions done as fast as you possibly can. So I like what Dima's doing. I think he's playing this seed well.
right, and yeah, 10-minute leg just hit, so we're gonna be seeing yeah, 10-minute leg just hit, so it is about time to sleep, just about now. D-Max, are you going to sleep? Yes. Finds the bed, does sleep. I also want to point out something on Taffel's end. I don't exactly agree with throwing that extra eye super early, because there's just no point in doing so if you're going to be running in the same direction regardless up until the stronghold. So you might as well just, once you get closer to the stronghold, get a more accurate throw and find a stronghold in possibly just 2 eye throws. So in my
Since he's
opinion,
using
there's
calculator, I don't think it matters.
right. No, yeah, that's the point. Because Tafel is using calculator, so therefore you should be just once you throw your first eye, you run exactly to the distance of the stronghold and then throwing your second eye. I mean, there wouldn't be a point in throwing it earlier unless you're extremely confident that you can get set up a perfect angle to find the stronghold. It just minimizes, I suppose, minimizes
Pretty
and
sure
such as that.
any two eye throws with the calculator will get you basically your exact stronghold chords. So from what I understand, it doesn't make a difference. I could be wrong. But anyways, moving on. On Dima's screen, I actually saw him notice a second desert village that I hadn't seen before on Taffel's end. So theoretically, he could do his trades at that village because it's closer, but he also doesn't have the extra rod for a brewing stand. And I don't think there would be a brewing stand in that desert village, so we'll probably still see him run back to the plains village, even though the desert one is closer.
Right. Yeah. Maybe perhaps D-Max is gonna be collecting all the wood now and then running back. Yes, so we'll be running back to the Plains Village just to collect that. And meanwhile, Taffel is going to be navigating an extreme savanna biome. So just a little bit of towering up and then falling down. And yeah, not sure what the chords are at right now, but oh, that is 20-minute lag. Gotta be careful about that. But yes, now Taffel is going to be chords are about 600, negative 1000, so approaching stronghold distance at this point.
Mhm.
And then DMX is going to be back at the Plains Village with two Fletchers and the Bring Stand. Every workstation has been placed down, and they're going to begin trading.
Mhm. Trading at 13 and a half minutes isn't the absolute fastest you can go, but Dima's trade splits are always super fast, so I'm pretty confident that he'll still leave the village a bit quicker than Taffel did. I think he's, as I mentioned before, I think he's playing this run quite well, and the proximity between the Dark Oak Forest and the village wasn't optimal, so I'm not surprised that he's starting trading a little bit late here. And since he is trading with his cleric a little bit sooner than Taffel did, I think he'll have no problem with getting all his pearls pretty quick.
Right. So yeah, remember 16 minutes and 30 seconds is the time on DMAX's screen as he exits the village. In the meanwhile, Taffel has appeared to locate the stronghold. Looks very, very minimum distance, like just a little further than usual. It is gonna be inside of, or sorry, next to a swamp. And but yeah, it appears Taffel has located the stronghold and will begin digging down in momentarily. We'll be digging down momentarily.
Mhm. He probably has to go a few more chunks over until he's out of the swamp here, but since he has his chunk borders up, I'm pretty sure that he knows exactly where he's going. And it looks like he
Right.
might actually have to dig down in a mountain here, which is never what you want to see. And meanwhile, Dima is running around collecting some beds and finishing up his trading.
Right. So Taffel has located the stronghold now. Oh,
Maybe?
um, possibly, or may have I think maybe was looking for food, maybe perhaps, or maybe heard a mob or something and that just had to check and not probably had just had to check that. Okay. Um, yeah, we'll be digging down into the stronghold while DMAX is going to be locating. And it does look like it's 15 minutes and 30 seconds on DMAX. Has been 1 minute on DMAX's end as he will now triangulate for the stronghold. Um, I'm pretty sure it does have all the beds, right? Should be all good. As Taffel also locates the stronghold.
Yeah.
So
And
yes.
it looks
Oh,
like
sorry.
Dima's using a calculator as well, so he should have no eye break issues and be able to dig down pretty precisely when he gets there. So it's just going to be some running, some boating, and some waiting on Dima's end, but he did end up getting a bit of a quicker village exit than Taffel did, so our prediction was correct.
Right. So yeah, at this point, any time loss or any time save right now is going to be extremely crucial for Team KEK if they are to come back from this. Hopefully, maybe Taffel might lose a bit of time on strong. Maybe DMAX gains a bit. But yeah, Taffel does locate the portal room now. It
That's a
is a
2-eye.
2-eye, right, and is going to be entering the end very, very shortly.
Mhm.
Acting a lot more,
It-
even more beds.
I think he might be
That
doing zero cycle.
zero cycle.
He has a
Is
ton of
there
pearls.
lobby?
He has a ton of beds. They can
Lava
do they
bucket?
can do waterlog slab zero cycle too.
Right. No way. If we actually see this, this might actually be insane.
I've never actually seen a 1.14 zero cycle before, so I'm really excited. I'm crossing my fingers.
Oh, it's
It's a
close.
cage spawn.
Oh
No.
no. Oh, but
And the
it's just one
freaking
block.
lag. He might go
Didn't
for it
work.
anyway.
Yeah.
Oh my
Oh.
gosh.
Oh my god.
I'm not gonna say anything. I'm just gonna close my mouth and not curse it.
Oh
Okay.
my god.
Oh my god.
No. Did the dragon?
What happened?
No.
What
No.
happened?
The dragon.
No.
Yeah. Oh, that would have been so epic. Probably lost just that moment of time from the cage spawn. I
Yeah.
probably. I don't know. But yeah, that was almost made. Oh, gets an insta perch.
Okay.
Okay.
And he's doing just front back slab cycles, which is pretty chad. He has a ton of
Yeah.
beds, so he should be able to do it. And
Nice.
yeah, pretty clean one cycle.
Yeah, Taffel will be taking this out with a 25-minute run. Honestly, that that could have been a zero cycle, and I think everybody would have been really, really excited for that. But yeah, Crook's now gonna be starting out his run now. I think a lot of people have been waiting for this moment. Um, yes. Um, this does look like there was no buried treasure. There is a shipwreck right there though, so yeah, that will be completely okay, completely standard for 1.16. And yeah, D-Max just navigated across the same savanna biome as Taffel did in the previous version, and it is about 21 minutes. No, that's 19 minutes. Yeah, so D-Max should be approaching the stronghold fairly soon, while Crooks will be gathering up all the iron tools necessarily.
And I don't know if you caught one of the matches yesterday that was the Tri-County Titanium Mothmen versus Forcing CD, but the 1.16 seed they got was a housing bastion, double triple intersecting fashion. And it
Right.
was in SSV. It was literally an absolutely insane 1.16 seed. So if we see Crooks get something like that here, it would be super entertaining to watch, and he could pull out a really freaking fast time. So I'm really looking forward to what this Nether has in store for us.
Right. And yeah, I'm not sure what the tourney record is right now, but so far from what I've seen two phenomenal runs. So I'm not sure what the tourney. It is looking very, very close like it. So yeah, entering the Nether sub 2 minutes and gonna be looking for the Bastion now. What do we get? That looks like Bridge. Yes, Bridge Bastion, and I think that's the fortress right next to it. Couldn't see, but I think it might have been. But yes.
Okay, Reela says tournament best combined is 59-55. So I doubt we're gonna see a tourney best here, just because Crooks would have to get like an 8-minute time. But we could see them come pretty close.
Yeah, possibly. And yeah, that is honestly yeah, gonna be running around these piglins now. As D-Max is digging down at 21 minutes. Yeah, like we said, okay, there's the fortress, by the way, on and Crooks will be going to the Chalice at the Bridge Bastion with D-Max digging down 21 minutes, right. Um hopefully does locate the portal room fairly soon. Possibly may end up saving just a bit more time or something. And yeah, we will see now what will occur.
Absolutely. I do think that if Dima has decent nav here and gets a perch similar to Taffles, we could definitely see like 3 or 4 minutes made up on his end here, which would allow Raoul to be back in the running in the 1.16 match. And looks like Crooks is setting up his route here. He's got his piglins trading, just getting this last one up from a lower part of the rampart. And so he should be getting out of this bastion in another minute or maybe two, and playing it pretty well.
Right. Oh, that piglin just doesn't want to doesn't want to listen. Ooh, D-Max is actually entering the end at 22 minutes. If gets another instant perch, or does something, or gets something similar of the sorts, could prove to get a faster run than Taffel. But Crook's now gonna be exiting the bastion and is entering the fortress at 4 minutes.
This is what you love to see in these tournaments. Like, this is
Yeah.
why these absolutely cracked out Fashion Seeds are so interesting. Because, like, if he gets good rod rates here, he could get, like, 530 blind time, which is absolutely cracked.
Wait, I sorry, I just remembered. I just checked Crooks's inventory as well. Crooks is task overlapping right now.
Let's
He
go.
doesn't have everything. So, wow, that I completely forgot that that exists. But yeah,
Average
um,
115 player.
yeah, I forgot that exists. Crooks is now gonna be task overlapping trades and um and the blazes. So gonna be collecting the rods and performing trades fairly simple. Rod rates don't look that bad either.
Mhm.
As gets another rod from that. Purling back, yep. The rates must have been insane then. Wow. Um I don't know, we might be seeing. Oh, sorry, D-Max misses a perch. That is that doesn't seem too good about that. D-Max might not be too happy about that one. But yeah, it is about 24 minutes. Another perch could still happen on Dima's end to still be gaining a bit more time. But Crooks at this point is about 5 minutes, approaching 6 minutes ahead. Fishermen are on a magnificent pace right
Yeah.
now. And yeah.
And it looks like Crooks is going to do some home portal educated or calculated or something here, but he is only on 5 rods, so he's going to have to go back to the fortress at some point. But this is still a really fast time on his end. And Dima finally getting his perch that he makes it to, landing that one cycle, and we're going to get to see Raoul play, which is always exciting.
Right. So yeah, that's about a minute or so that D-Max gained on of Taffel, and we're gonna see if Ral is gonna be able to make up some even more time. So yeah, same spawn as usual. Ral probably has seen the shipwreck and will be going for that. Meanwhile, Crooks doing a little bit of triangulation, then gonna be finding out where exactly this portal room is going to be. Or sorry, the stronghold is going to be.
Mhm.
So yes, it appears that it has been located now. Gonna be yeah, like you said, Crooks only has 5 rods. Gonna be going back to find or to get that extra rod from the fortress, and then possibly gonna be blinding somewhere near there, or possibly.
I just want to point out that Raoul is also upside down, so I think at this point Crooks is the only runner in this round who has not been upside down. And I think that's honestly a throw for his team. If they lose, if he takes a death year, it's because he's not upside down.
Right, that could only be it. Um, yes, there we go. Oh, takes a little bit of damage from the Wither Skeleton. Um, Now just gonna be running around looking for it.
Do you know what his portal coords need to be? Did that show up on a screen at any point?
No.
Or are we just okay?
Yeah.
Because it looks like this nether is pretty open, so we shouldn't have any issues um, with having to dig through a wall or anything. And it looks like he's actually going to end up leaving just on 6 rods here, not killing an extra blaze, getting an extra rod, which I think since he's using calculator and won't have to throw any more eyes is a pretty good play. I think it's
Yeah.
gonna not cause any issues for him.
Yeah, it appears really standard as well, considering kind of more or less you're going to have a high roll mindset when you're going up against runners of this caliber, right? So yeah, Crooks is now going to be building the exit portal fairly soon, while Ral is going to be beginning the Bridge Bastion route. And yeah.
Mhm.
So yes, the chords are yeah, the terrain that is um isn't bad at all. It appears really standard. You're not having to bridge over or tower over any huge ginormous walls, and terrain looks pretty standard in general.
Mhm.
So Ral is now at the chalice and grabbing some of those gold blocks. We're gonna see if Ral also chooses to task as well.
Yeah. And it looks like Crooksd is here at about 2220 and is digging down. So I imagine this is where his portal needs to be just about. Um if I'm correct, that's actually kind of a close stronghold. It's not in the far side of the ring. And he does I spy. So no need to worry about throwing any more eyes. Oh my
Oh,
gosh.
oh no,
No.
that is not what Team KEK needs to see right now. That is not the death. Or yeah, that is definitely unfortunate. On this puts the fisherman with Crooks now inside the portal room, about to enter the end on a magnificent pace at this point. But yes, Rel gonna need to catch up on a lot, or hope that Crooks makes a mistake on this end. Uh, to possibly catch back up at this point.
Yeah. It looks like this is a really flat nether, so Crook shouldn't have any terrain issues. He has 4 beds and 2 anchors, so he shouldn't have any explosive issues. So I really don't see Crooks not finishing this run out here. Um, but we always love to see a close match. So if he does somehow mess it up, we could see Raoul come back a little bit, which would be exciting.
Yeah, this was definitely still, regardless, it was a really close to begin with. Um, yeah, just Crook's just gonna be waiting out now on this Ender Dragon materials and re-enters the Nether. So now we're gonna be hoping for a perch. This this was a magnificent. They played very well, executing everything. Uh, yes, Crooks does get the perch now, and we're gonna see the one cycle.
Yeah. I think every run on the Fisherman's team has been very clean. Obviously, we don't see them get a sub hour here, but they're really close. And we could definitely see a sub hour from this team, even on the very next match. So, congratulations to the Fishermen, GG to Team Keck, and hopefully, we'll have these runners in for a post show interview pretty quickly.
Yeah, that was that was definitely a very fun match to watch. Beginning with the talking mime portal incident. It
That
was
was really
very
funny.
fun to watch. Yeah. So yeah, congratulations goes out to Fisherman, and hopefully they're going to join us for an interview very shortly.
Yeah, it looks like the Fishermen are in the waiting room, ready for an interview. I'm gonna drag them in, and maybe we can get Team Keck in here as well soon.
Yeah, that was.
Welcome, everyone. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yes,
Thank you.
congratulations. Yeah, we're
Uh,
gonna be waiting for the other team, I think.
or hopefully they want to join us. But just really quickly, how are you all feeling about winning?
Pretty Uh, good. Yeah.
I think we all think we could have done better.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But as Pooply and I were noting, you all had really clean runs, and you know, we're definitely going to see your team go pretty far, hopefully. So that's very exciting. Welcome, Team KEK.
Hi.
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 Hello.
man.
Hi.
GG's.
Ooh,
GG.
hello,
Good game, I
yes.
guess.
It
Bullshit.
was, yes. It was an amazing match to watch. Yeah. Do
What was the
we
combined?
have any yeah. Do we have any thoughts on the 1.7 seed? Specifically, perhaps talking
I like the tree.
Bro, I bet you guys I don't know if you guys saw my screen, but when I built that nether portal, I was just lagging. All right? That was
Yeah.
bullshit. I'm not gonna take any responsibility for that. That was bullshit.
Yeah, sure,
I'm
man.
still upset. No,
Yeah,
fuck you.
lag.
Guys,
I'm allowed
what
to
were
swear,
the
right? Am I
time?
not? Sorry.
What were the times of X, Taffel, and Crooks for each seats for each versions? Which versions?
So,
I think I had
uh,
a 2403. Tafu had a
I had a 26 flat.
and
Yeah.
Crooks got a 1121, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah, I think I
Okay.
lost like 6 minutes on pre-19. Like 3 minutes because I reset, and then 3 minutes because I'm just slower when I actually played it.
I missed the purge and got a 24:45 or something.
Uh,
And then
yeah.
You should
Yeah.
have seen the Tafu almost zero cycle.
Wait, you actually went for zero cycle on 140?
I
Dude,
went
it's
for
so
it.
The
laggy.
dragon
sick.
flew.
It was
Yeah,
really
dragon
cool.
flew.
Holy shit.
Yeah, it was
I mean, I got
very
a-
close too, though.
It was
I
a
mean,
cage
was very
spawn,
close.
but he dug one block and managed to escape the cage. And then he went to 91, so the dragon flew.
Wait, Taffel,
Yeah.
are you actually consistent with zero cycle in 114?
yes.
Holy shit, dude, it's so laggy. Like I can barely one cycle. Good job.
I got an insta push right after, so that was, yeah,
Never punished.
didn't lose that much time.
So overall, what did you guys think of the seeds?
They're
I'll
cool.
start with mine because 114 was the version starting, right? Wait, Taffel, one more question. Did you go to the desert village?
What?
Okay, then good. Never mind then. That's all I wanted to know.
I like the
Where
tree on my
was
group.
it?
I started exploring the roofed forest, and then suddenly, like, I see a house, a desert house, and I'm like, what the fuck? But I was
Oh.
at 7 rods, so I went back for the brewing stand.
Oh, that's probably,
Yeah.
yeah. Because, yeah, then you probably got a closer stronghold. Yeah, yeah, okay.
Axe,
I
did you like the
had-
tree?
Yeah, I enjoyed the tree. There were like a bunch of chickens falling from it.
Yeah, that was interesting.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
The Nether
and-
was very hard to play in that 1.7. I don't know how it was for 1.8 because you can
Oh no,
like
I
hit the blazes and then get like the
that's
recharge
really a
off.
challenge for me.
Oh, I almost died in 1.7 too. Like you should see like
That would have been
my
that would've been
spawner was
fortunate.
just yeah.
Yeah,
My
exposed
spawner
spawners
was
aren't fun.
infested. It was infested, then I just ran away and I found the enclosed one.
Dude, yeah, those open spawners are not fun. Even in 1.8, but I can only imagine it's worse in 1.7.
Wait, you guys have hours, right?
Not quite. They were like
No.
102.
Is that the best in
Okay.
the tourney so far?
I think
no.
the tourney combined
No,
tests,
Spinnaker has a
59.
59.55, I think.
Nice try.
Yeah, you
Well-
guys came very close though. Yeah.
I'm really glad that you all enjoyed the seeds and had a pretty good time playing. Unless anyone has any final thoughts, I think we're gonna close it out here.
Did you guys
We're
enjoy
gonna win the tournament. Sorry.
Did you guys enjoy the upside down character, the Grum?
Oh right.
Yes, we did.
Yes. Yes, it was amazing, but we didn't see that on a Crookstand.
You
Yeah,
couldn't
yeah,
get it
I couldn't.
working.
I couldn't
Okay,
get
then we
it
won
to
because
work.
we actually agreed on it. Crooks, you're disqualified. We advance. I decided because I'm the organizer.
yeah.
GG's.
Yeah. I hate crooks.
As the organizer in call, no.
All right.
So,
Yeah, May,
GG
take it
again.
away.
I just want to remind everyone that our next match is actually in an hour. And that's going to be the new SSG community, which is it's Toffinator, Zach, and Teddy Ursa versus Team Ireland, which is Kurobo, Luke, and Kai. So I hope to see you all there for that. And we're actually going to give Fyro a quick raid here. So it was wonderful to have you all today. And I hope you have a great rest of your day.
All right. Thank you, everybody.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Goodbye.
Thank you. Goodbye.
But
Alrighty.